So I was telling you guys, I was watching these things. So the I don't have a name for this segment, and it's not even a full segment. We're just gonna try it out, and if it works, then we'll do a longer version of it. What we're gonna do is, if you go to the Key Collector Comics website, they have different buckets of like tiers, where you can look into some of your collector items or single issues.
Okay.
There are 4 buckets. One is the $100 bucket, the $50 bucket, the $20 bucket, and the $10 bucket. So I went in, I randomly picked out 4 comics, and I'm gonna show them to you guys. And of course, without Googling, you're gonna put on our private chat what you think is the most expensive to the least expensive. And then we'll go through it, and I'll give you information about the comics so you can have a little bit of an idea. So let me pull up the comics that we're gonna look at. Here you can see A through A, B, and C, A, B, C, and D. So
Oh wow.
one of these is in the $100 bucket, and then all the way down to the 10, right? So let me give you a description of these first, and these are in no specific order here, or are they? Who knows? So first on A, we have Swamp Thing number 67. This is from 1988. And it's got the reason that it is a Key Collector item is because it's got the 6-page preview of John Constantine's first solo title, Hellblazer number 1.
Nice. Woo! Yeah, good stuff.
Then we have on B, we have Uncanny X-Men 134. This is a Key Collector's item because of the 6th part of the Dark Phoenix saga, and it is when Jean Grey becomes the Dark Phoenix. Next, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 4. This is from 2014.
Of course it is.
And it
that
is
number makes total sense.
Yeah, it is the first full appearance of Silk. She's the Korean American girl who was bitten by the same radioactive Spider-Man, the same radioactive spider as Peter. So that's her first appearance.
So the spider bit Peter, and then Peter bit Silk.
Exactly.
No, the spider bit both of them.
In my head too.
That was part of the original Sin retcon of a bunch of things in the Marvel universe. And then we have Alpha Flight number 1, which I'm sure Clay can tell us all about it, but I'll tell you about it just for brevity's sake. First appearance
Canada.
First appearance of Puck. First appearance of Marina, the wife of Namor. First appearance of Tundra. First appearance of Madison Jeffries. First appearance cameo of Wild Child. And then, of course, first cameo team appearance of Gamma Flight, a team training to rise through the ranks through Beta Flight and Alpha Flight. So they were like the third string team. So
yes,
these are our 4 comics. I hope that's giving you enough time to think about it.
What are the different pots again? What are the different?
So
buckets?
One of them is in the $100 bucket. One of them is in the $50 bucket. One of them, and this is the high, right? Not that doesn't mean that's what they are, but the highest that we sold. One is in, so it's 100, 50, 20, and 10. So now you guys, when you're ready, in the private chat, you can put in your answers, and I'll go over them to see which one's right, and I'll reveal the right answer, of course.
Let me. Whoops.
Oh,
what happened there?
I don't know.
That was probably me because.
Okay. I was like, shit, I need that.
Jeff's trying to sabotage the game.
I was. My cursor was not where I thought it was.
Right. The answer will probably surprise you. Maybe.
Yeah, because I really feel like the newest comic, for some reason, is going to be not $10 because the Silk appearance, for some reason, might be higher than. I mean, first Alpha Flight, it's a number 1, so and it's the first volume and all the first appearances, and that 12-issue arc is one of the greatest runs of Alpha Flight. I mean, the original Sin storyline, it's just another random issue, in that ongoing event. But Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly what I wanted. I want you to tell me your reasoning to, as to kind of how you arrived at this stuff. So,
I mean, the John Constantine, too, he's such a huge character. Like,
so I went into this trying to grab things that might be a little deceiving, that sound really important, or maybe it's like a really maybe like a really popular series. But obviously you never know really with it. I was very surprised at some of these things where they were. And like I said, this doesn't mean that that's what they cost. That's a range, right? They kind of categorize them as such. Like if you find one of the more pristine condition issues of this, that might be like the high bar. So let's see. So it looks like we have an answer from Josh. We have an answer from Clay, and now we have an answer for Jeff. I wish that you guys would have just given me the order like Clay did.
I did.
Oh yeah, I just went like.
and did that.
Oh yeah. So Jeff, if you could,
hold
if you
on,
could
hold
very
on.
quickly, if you could very quickly update your.
I completely ignored the handy letters above the covers. So
Okay. So Jeff, very interesting. So Clay has.
I got my Alpha Flight #1 right up, or not #1, but their advertising poster that came out right there.
Oh, nice.
All right. So let me give you the right answer first of all. The most expensive comic here is the Uncanny X-Men one.
I got that
which
one.
2 of you got right. Then the second most expensive comic, which nobody got right, is actually The Amazing Spider-Man First Appearance of Silk. Sometimes some of these modern comics, they kind of shoot up in price, and that's kind of why I threw a variety of different ages.
Yeah.
And as we kind of play with this format, like maybe we'll do like specific decades and stuff, so it's not as deceiving as that.
I feel like Alpha Flight should be higher, but
so
this is also why I was never charged with grading and pricing comics when I worked in the comic shop. So,
so the next one on the $20 bucket is actually Alpha Flight. So D, which
I got.
Clay got right, and also Jeff got correct. And
that
then
Swamp
I hope you guys
Thing
paid attention as to how many you got correct, because I'm having trouble keeping track.
I
And then the last one,
got-
of course, Swamp Thing
It's-
is
I got that one correct. I kind of figured that wouldn't be worth much because it's just a preview.
Well,
right.
Yeah,
I wanted to trick you with maybe you thinking this was the first appearance of Constantine, which is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like when I've gone back to collect Atari Force, Shelby has found 3 different comics that they had previews in and gotten all of them. So one was like a New Teen Titans, one was actually a DC preview book, and then there was another book where it was like an insert. And, yeah, so like sometimes DC did really cool things, like have extra stories in there that just to kind of sell that book.
So I think we have a tie. Clay has 2 correct. Josh has 2 correct. And Jeff, you have
one.
None of them right. You have 1 correct?
I had 1 correct.
Which one?
I thought I had when D the last second. Alpha Flight was in the 10 or the $20.
Oh, you're right. Yes. You have 1 correct. So
also
Josh and Clay, the winners.
Yeah,
So
the other question is like on the Amazing Spider-Man one too, is it's new enough that I kind of was like, well, is it a variant cover? Because that would affect the price as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's
I specifically did A covers because you're right. There is a variant that's even more expensive than this one. That's like a ratio variant. So that I didn't want to be that mean. What I could do is I think for one of these, what I could do is just show you 4 different variants of the same comic, and then you have to tell me.
Yeah, I like that. Wow. I like that because sometimes the artist that has the top tier one, I always feel like, well, it's a more common one. But I'd also point out, like on Alpha Flight, that's a direct market cover because it doesn't have a barcode.
It doesn't have a barcode.
Right.
Yeah. So there are.
I guess I didn't specify too much with that. I just grabbed whatever was on the internet.
I see. Just
this is I never really get into comic prices because I'm just like, the minutia of it all.
Yeah,
Jeff just wants them all from the dollar bin. Is this what dollar bin comic?
Yeah, they're all readers. Every single comic I have is a reader comic.
Now I want you to pull up like the original Image titles and say from 25 cents to $1.50.
Yeah.
What
We'll play around with this format because it's fun. I mean, it's a little time consuming, but especially. But maybe we'll do like one of these every once in a while and just throw it in, and I can break it up in a segment. So, all right, great. Well, I hope this got your competitive juices flowing.